the channel. Y'all, whew, I don't know how to feel. I'm glad that the Denver Nuggets got a win. They come back with a 115-110 victory versus the Utah Jazz, but it was probably the win that you didn't expect to go this way. The Denver Nuggets were playing against the Utah Jazz without Lauri Markkanen, without Jordan Clarkson, without Mike Conley. So there was an opportunity to get a nice, easy breezy win. But as we know, the Denver Nuggets have not been in position to do that the entire season. For some reason, they still haven't yet come out with the mindset to decide that they want to dominate from the start to the finish, that they want to set the tone early in order to put a team away, and they didn't get it done. So tonight, the Denver Nuggets made it a dogfight in a game that you really didn't need it to be this way. But the good news then, as opposed to the New York Knicks game, as opposed to the Detroit Pistons game, as opposed to the Dallas Mavericks game, they close it out and they get the job done. So that's what matters. That's what's most important. It was a good game. But again, there's just some stuff they got to continue to clean up. But the good news is that they got another win. They stacked another win in the bag. They're sitting at 16-10 with another opportunity to move up to first place in the West over the next week or so. So good news. You get a win. You take care of your business. Tonight, Nikola Jokic, the MVP of the NBA, the back-to-back MVP of the NBA, really, I think is on track again. That by the time you get to the end of the year, we're going to look back and say Jokic has done what? His numbers are what? He's shooting what? Tonight, Jokic had a down game shooting the basketball. He shot 55% from the field. Like, he shot 11 of 20 from the field tonight, and it felt like he was missing a lot of shots. But that just goes to show you where they are right now, where he is right now as a player. Tonight, Nikola Jokic, 31 points, 12 rebounds, 14 assists, 11 of 20 from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point line, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. He had 4 blocks, season high 4 blocks tonight, 1 steal, and he was a plus 10. Now, he was going up against Jared Vanderbilt, good defender, going up against Kelly Olynyk, good defender. He was going against Walker Kessler as well. So all 3 of them are relatively good defenders. Kessler's obviously very young, but Vando's a very good defender. They're all really slight, though. And you know what happens if you're too small, Jokic's going to body you. And he dominated. From 2-point range tonight, Jokic shot 10 of 16. 10 of 16. That's really good. Again, for Jokic, you're shooting over 70% from 2. That's not what you want to see. But the fact of the matter is that a dude shooting 10 of 16 is a disappointment from 2-pointers. Goes to show you how great he is playing. And so really, really good game from Jokic. He was just controlling everything tonight. He was controlling the board. He was controlling the pace of the game. He was setting up the table for all of his teammates. He was helping people get to the right spots. I mean, anything and everything you could ask Jokic to do except make maybe one more three-pointer. Then I think today was just a really good game from him. So I'm really encouraged by what I've seen from Jokic over the last couple of games. And I'm really encouraged by how he responded. You know, he had that game versus Dallas Mavericks. And in that Mavericks game, you know, people were a little upset with him. He only had 19, 8 and 8. And so people were kind of questioning, you know, what's going on? Like, why wasn't he shooting the ball? Only 13 shots, this and that. And again, I get it. But Nikola Jokic has actually been putting on a nice little run here. And Nikola Jokic's last 10 games, he's averaging 27.7, 10.9, 9.3. He's averaging 27.7 points per game, 10.9 rebounds per game, 9.3 assists per game, and he's shooting 63.6% from the field, 34.5% from 3, 74.4% from the free throw line, and he's also a plus 59. So, and the Nuggets are also playing very well in this game. So, Jokic is having a really interesting season because we see the shooting volume is continuing to have an uptick. I think in large part, though, because Jokic wanted to start the year off facilitating and getting other people involved. But then it got to a certain point where it was like, all right, man, like, you know, he's going to have to shoot and he's going to have to dominate the game shooting the ball. And so he kind of had to change up the way that he was getting engaged. And really, the only time that he hadn't shot the ball at a high clip lately has been that Mavericks game. But that's because they were double teaming him every possession in the first half to really limit his scoring output and rely on other people to hit shots. So, really good game from Joker tonight. Jamal Murray, he's carrying over momentum. He is carrying over momentum from the fourth quarter of the Portland Trailblazers game. Granted, not against great competition. This was not a great defense he was playing against, but this is what you want to see from Jamal. Jamal, 36 minutes tonight. You love to see that. 30 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 13 of 19 shooting. 13 of 19 shooting, only shot the ball 3 times from the three-point line. 1 of 3. 1 of 3 from the three-point line. 13 of 19. Jamal Murray himself was also 12 of 16 inside of the arc today. That's very good. Very, very good. Again, say what you want. Competition, I get it. But shooting that well versus a team as a guard, as a starting one guard, that's really good. He was 3 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. He also had only 1 turnover. He was a plus 11. Jamal Murray's post control. His post control is really what I was impressed with tonight. His ability to get into the paint, his ability to draw contact, and his ability to know how to utilize his feet, utilize his size of 6'4.5", 6'5". And he's able to get defenders where he wants them to go. And it really pays off for him. So Jamal Murray, man, really, really excellent game today. He had a really good dribble handoff going with Nikola Jokic tonight. He's been doing some really good things lately. And again, just goes to show you Jamal Murray's last 10 games, he's averaging 20.9 points per game, 6 assists a game, 4.0 rebounds a game, and he's shooting 45% from the field, 36.5% from 3, and only 81.8% from the line. But he's also a plus 83 over the course of that time as well. Last 15 games for Jamal Murray, he's averaging 20 points a game, 6.1 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he's shooting 45.5, 34, 80.7, plus 105. So Murray is slowly but surely getting back into the groove of playing consistent basketball, playing winning basketball. Sometimes he's getting into sets too slowly. Sometimes his decision-making is not great. You need to see him make better decisions. All that stuff is true, but the good news is he is getting more and more confident in his game and in his body. So really, really shout out to Jamal Murray for an excellent game tonight. Aaron Gordon tonight, he had 15 points, only 1 rebound. Don't love that. 1 assist, that's okay. 7 of 13 from the field. He was 0 of 4 from the three-point line, shooting 40% on the year, which, again, I think is an aberration, but I think he should hover hopefully around 37, 38 on the year. He was 0 of 4 from 3, but y'all, that means he was 7 of 9 from inside of the arc today. So, again, the Nuggets players are dominating inside the arc this season. Dominating inside the arc. Aaron Gordon was 1 of 2 from the free throw line, had 2 steals. He missed a wide open dunk. That would have been a season highlight assist from Jokic in the paint. Dumped it off the AG for an easy dunk and he missed it. It was mind blowing. And then Utah goes down and they score. He was a plus 6 tonight. He played well. Did not love his defense tonight. I thought that there are some things that he could have done to really improve and show, like getting in front of, like for example, y'all, Nickeil Alexander Walker. I think his season high per the broadcast was 12 points this year. Season high was 12 points. Tonight, he had 27 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists on 9 of 16 from the field, 5 of 10 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, -6. So, y'all, we need to have a conversation. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Dame Lillard, Anthony Simons in the first Portland game. What's going on? What's happening? Tim Hardaway Jr., 6 of 8. Dorian Finney-Smith, 5 of 10. What's happening? Because right now the Denver Nuggets have Bruce Brown, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Aaron Gordon, Christian Brown. They got defenders. And if you listen to the episode I did with Matt Moore, which I highly suggest you go back and listen to it, the Nuggets' issues aren't their personnel. The scheme is not great, but the fact of the matter is they are overhelping way too often. And I saw Jokic do it too, because Jokic was trying to protect in the post today because he didn't want to. I think it was Kelly Olynyk had a guard posted up. I don't remember which guard it was exactly, but Jokic overhelped, and then he dumped the ball off to Jared Vanderbilt. And it's just like the entire team. The entire team right now is just overhelping. And I think it's, Matt said it best. It's good. It's good that you want to do that. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, Eddie, I appreciate that. Jose Alvarado, another one. 38 points off the bench, season high. People are getting season highs. Guards, season highs. No one's afraid of the Denver Nuggets on defense right now. No one. And that's not good, because you're going to need to be able to control the game with your defense at times. Again, you know what's going to happen? Coach Michael Malone's probably going to go in the locker room, if he already did, and he's going to explain, hey, y'all, great job. You held them to 20 points in the fourth quarter against the Utah Jazz. Last game, you held the Portland Trailblazers to 21 points in the fourth quarter. Well, the issue is that versus elite teams versus good teams. Now, again, granted, the Nuggets have locked up. I want to say, the Nuggets might be 10-3 in the clutch this season. I got to look up their clutch numbers and their record in the clutch. I think they might be 10-3 in clutch games. But the issue is that you can't rely on lockup defense all the time in the fourth quarter. Like, okay, we're not gonna give maximum effort in 1 through 3, but in the fourth we're gonna lock in, because again, by that time, what if they're still rolling? Damian Lillard was still rolling. What if Shai Gilgeous is still rolling? What if Luka is rolling at that point in time? So then what do you do? So they're really going to have to make some changes in their mindset and how they're playing. Now, again, maybe with this home stretch, because they got a crazy amount of home games coming up, a crazy amount of home games for the next month, like 20. But the issue is that they're going to have to be able to make some decisions about, we have to buy into the system and we have to stop overhelping with each other. Otherwise, we're going to continue to get cooked, and we're going to put ourselves in a lot of disadvantages. And right now versus Utah Jazz, y'all, no Lauri Markkanen, no Jordan Clarkson, no Mike Conley, and Nickeil Alexander Walker. What? Come on now. Y'all made him look like he was Shai Gilgeous. DeJounte Murray went off against him too. So this is what I mean. Something has to change. You got to lock in here. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, really good game from him, man. 34 minutes, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 1 steal, +9. Really good, like great shot making from him tonight. DHO actions, he gets 1 or 2 of those a game with Jokic, and they're wide open at the free throw line, and he's hitting those at a really high clip. I actually need to look up all his mid-range shooting numbers and everything. I might have to do like a separate video, like on the player profiles and all that, to actually give us some time to like dive into every major rotation player and like how they're performing up to expectations and how they're shooting and all that other stuff. But it was a really, really good game from KCP. Again, defensively, not what you love. You didn't love to see all that. Taylor Horton Tucker also had 19, 7, and 4. Malik Beasley had 19, 5, and 3. It's just, people are just shooting. They're just shooting. So good game from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 3 of 6 from 3. Still an elite 3-point shooter this season. Bruce Brown, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 of 5 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3. He had 1 turnover. He was a +12. Not a great game from Bruce. Nothing noticeable. And defensively, again, I need to go look back at the film and watch the game again. I don't think that he made a lot of mistakes defensively, but it just wasn't a game that Bruce Brown was standing out like he has had when he had like a triple-double or 25 and 5 versus the Warriors or something like that. Didn't get that today, but that's fine. Again, at the end of the day, he's a role player. Role players making $6.5 million a year. They're allowed to fluctuate. So, but I just need Bruce, KCP, AG, Christian, and Jamal, because he's at the forefront of it. I need y'all to be able to stop people lock in at the point of attack. And Jokic had 4 blocks tonight, so he did a fairly decent job in terms of paint protecting today at different times. So, you just really want to see if you can continue to lock in and buy into the mentality. Christian Braun off the bench, 25 minutes. You love to see it. Back-to-back games with good minutes. 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 or 3 from the field. He was a minus 12, but I think that's because Utah was going on some runs. Like the Nuggets would be up 10, and the next thing you know, they'd go on a run. Like tonight, the Denver Nuggets ended the first quarter up 28 to 26. They shot 62% in the field in the first quarter, and Utah only 41%. But Utah stayed in because they were 7 of 13 from the three-point line in the first quarter. And then at the half, it was 61 to 52 Denver Nuggets, and it was a pretty decent game. Utah shot 39% from three. The Nuggets shot 38. The Nuggets shot 61% from the field in the first half. Utah only 44. So I honestly thought if the Nuggets were able to put their foot on the gas, that they put their foot on the gas, then maybe they could extend the lead, and maybe the starters want to play in the fourth quarter at all. But they were not able to do that. They got all the way to the point where Utah actually had taken the lead at one point. And then you get to the end of the third quarter, the Nuggets were up 92 to 90, so a -7 in that quarter. And the Utah was shooting 45% from three. They were 13 to 29, and Nuggets only 35%. So they end the game again 115 to 110. But yeah, it's just just a lot of different things. So Bruce Brown played good defense. And then Bones Highland tonight, 21 minutes, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, only 4 of 14 from the field. Terrible shooting from inside the arc today. He's the exact opposite of Jokic, Murray, and AG. He was 3 of 7 from three, though, and they were all huge threes. At one point, he was 3 of 6. Forced some three-pointers tonight, like in some actions where he even had a two-man game opportunity with Jokic where he ended up like objecting to taking a three-pointer that was like 5 foot behind the line, just far too far. He did have 2 blocks tonight. He was a -5. Again, the bench wasn't really great tonight. So, again, just not a good shooting game. Again, second-year player. I'm not going to hold that too much against him because he's really figuring out like how to do this consistently. He's actually been really good in a two-man game with Jokic, but he has to get better at the rim. But we know that that's a real criticism of his. He has to get better at shooting at the rim, and he needs to get better from mid-range as well because that's where you can make a lot of his money, especially in the pick and roll opportunities he gets. Jeff Green, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 of 2, 0 of 1. He was a -1. Nothing real too notable from Jeff Green tonight. DeAndre Jordan looks like he might have injured his thumb on his left hand. I don't know how serious it is, but it was wrapped during the game. 2 points and 5 rebounds and 1 assist. He was a -5. Yeah, so the Denver Nuggets tonight, they ended up shooting 55% from the field. They only shot 31% from three. Their three-point shooting has been so hot and cold for like the last 10, 15 games, it feels like. And then they shot 81% at the line on 13 to 16. The Jazz shot 46% from the field. They shot 37% from three on 15 to 41. 81% at the line on 17 to 21. The Nuggets won the rebounding battle, or lost the rebounding battle. The Nuggets won the turnover battle. Only 8 turnovers for the Nuggets and 13 for the Utah Jazz. Again, that probably settles the difference between winning and losing tonight. The Nuggets did have 28 assists. Utah only had 20. The Nuggets had 39 rebounds and only 6 offensive rebounds. Utah had 42 rebounds and 10 offensive rebounds, and several on long three-point shots that clanked for Utah. And then DeAndre Jordan had a really, really couple bad stretches where he was just giving up offensive rebounds as well. 8 blocks for the Nuggets to 6 blocks for the Utah Jazz, 5 steals apiece, only 17 fouls for the Nuggets tonight. They did have 2 technicals, one on Bones, and I can't remember what the other one was. But, again, y'all, you want to see them lock up and play defense. Yes, Tony, he's right. No Michael Porter Jr., 9th straight game with a heel injury. I'm not really too concerned. Again, as long as I don't see on Michael Porter Jr. report back, I'm fine. Because the end of the day is he will be back soon at some point. And then the thing is he's healthy, then reintegrate him into the system. And no, they need to get minutes with all of their big four. They need to get minutes with everybody in the lineup. I get it. But I just want MPJ to be able to get through the end of the season to the playoffs fully healthy. And that's my biggest concern. Because he was playing really well before he started kind of going down towards the end of the last couple of games. So it was a good game for the Nuggets. Let's see. Let's look at the conference standings. The Denver Nuggets are currently the 3rd seed, and they're a game and a half out of first. They are a game out of second, and they are a game and a half out of first, and they are tied at 16-10 with the Suns. 16-10 with the Suns, and they have the Wizards on Wednesday. So the Nuggets have 3 days off. Great. 3 days off before another home game with the Wizards. They're at the LA Lakers after this. And then they got the Hornets, the Grizzlies, the Blazers, the Suns. And yeah, so that's really good. So they can go and beat the Lakers, who are playing really confidently. If Anthony Davis is back, LeBron's back, they're going to give their best effort. If you go and beat the Wizards, you lock in, get another little win streak going, make up some of those losses. Then you can get the Lakers. And you got the Charlotte Hornets. And you got some really good games, 3 key games between the Grizzlies, between the Blazers, and the Suns. Great opportunities, y'all. Swipa gang, this is great. Again, you get a win. That's what matters, y'all. That's what they need. Jokic was great tonight. Murray was really good tonight. Again, Jokic with yet another triple-double, his 4th triple-double, 31, 12, and 14. Murray with 34 and 5 tonight. Yeah, again, that's what you want to see from the Denver Nuggets. So shout out to y'all. Swipa gang, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video, tell the people what time it is, where you like to get your NBA content, y'all. Y'all already know what time it is, y'all. Hey, let's do this. Let's make it happen, y'all. See y'all